Okay. Malcolm, how the arms feeling at this point after 36 on the bench?
A little bloated, but I got some water in, a little rest, so I didn't have to run the 40, so I got a little time to kind of flush out a little bit, and it felt good.
What was that like? Can you just kind of take us through what it was like to do that bench press with your teammates cheering you on like
Well,
that?
I felt like old times for sure, like in the weight room. We're always body by glass, so we call it. So just to hear them and cheer me on, it was awesome. I definitely felt it. So just getting those couple extra reps helped.
What did you expect for yourself going into it?
Uh, Definitely in the 30s. I came in about 28 at Exos, and so one of those things where just trained and worked out, and so I just ended up increasing reps day by day.
Was that a personal high?
Yeah, I think it was a personal high for me. I think I was getting like 33, 34 in Arizona, so just getting 36. Like I said, teammates helped me a lot. Cheering them, like old times.
This whole process, how do you feel like it's gone and benefited you moving forward?
It's gone very smooth. Stayed after the bowl game in Arizona, so it was smooth, and just training, just perfecting the technique and all that, and so the whole process has been smooth, and I'm thankful to be in this position.
I know you've talked a lot about your friendship with Devin. What's it like to go through this process with him?
It was awesome. Like we were training on Arizona together, and he's throwing up crazy numbers, so I knew he was going to blow this pro day out. So Devin's a hard worker. He just sleep on it. He should have been at the combine. It's just one of those things where I was like, hey man, pro day, you're going to blow it up, and his numbers are going to be up there with everybody else.
What was the biggest benefit or kind of the progress you all made from training in Arizona?
Just getting more time together. We stayed in a two-man apartment, and we were just bonding, and so we were just talking about all the fun times and how long we came and how far it's gone so far. So it's been a enjoyable process.
What have you heard from scouts and different guys around the league at this point?
They like my physique and all that and athleticism. So it's just one of those things where if I end up falling on the draft, it's one of those things I'd just be happy to get picked up by a team. So I'm excited and I can't wait till April.
What was today like? It's about as open as a job interview as you can kind of get.
No, it was awesome. We put a good pro day on, and Coach Glass has done this for a long time, so it's nothing new for him. And so we just had to come out here and get warm in this cold weather. So it's a little different from Arizona weather. And Devin and I were talking about that to kind of get some jokes out there. But some of those things, it comes down to it. We got to compete.
How close did you and Devin get? You guys were already close, but did you get closer?
Yeah, we always got closer. I think every Sunday we went to go get sushi or something like that, and just catch up and just talk about the family and all that. And his family got to come down, and so it was cool seeing his kid and Cam and all that. So we just had a little bond together. Did stuff together. Hot tub, cold tanks. Pretty much everything together. So it was like I said, it was a fun process, and we're like brothers now.
Just thinking Devin's vertical. Was the team hot? Were you surprised at that at all?
No, not at all. Like I said, he was throwing those crazy numbers up at Exos, and it's one of those things where I was like, hey man, go up there and get it. So I knew, Devin's athletic as heck, so everyone knows that, and so it's just one of those things. I was just waiting for him to go out there and jump.
You mentioned he should have been at the combine. Did you help kind of drive him after he didn't get that invite?
No, Devin's got his own drive. He's motivated enough, and I'm just staying in his ear like a little mouse. So I just stand in his ear like, hey man, your time's coming. He's like, I know. So he's already motivated enough, and it definitely showed today.
What do you think's kept him under the radar for some people for so long?
Honestly, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Guys just overlook guys, like especially my height. So it's just one of those things. He started maybe 1 year, so they're like, I don't know about this kid. But at the end of the day, these numbers and the film's they're gonna go back and look at that film, like, man, maybe we did overlook him. So he's gonna definitely get drafted for sure.
What's your feelings now that you're so close to the NFL? I'm sure dreams are pretty close to becoming reality.
Yeah, I'm excited. You can do one day at a time, and just gonna see how it goes. I have no control, so it's just one of those things. I put the work in. I put what I put out there, and hopefully it's good enough for them to grab it.
What do you think Malcolm Rodriguez, as a little kid playing football, would say to Malcolm now, just seeing?
I've grown a lot. I got a lot heavier for sure, and definitely I never thought being going from a quarterback to a linebacker. So it's one of those things where you don't hear of that. So I'm saying, man, it's a long process, and I've enjoyed every moment of it.
Malcolm, when you're playing football, there's so much in your control, right?
Mm-hmm.
Making a play, fit, gap, that kind of thing. With the draft, there's a lot that's out of your control.
Exactly.
Does that take some getting used to?
Yeah, like I said, it's out of my hands. It's just one of those things, I can just put the numbers out there, the work in there, and, do all the interviews and see how it goes. And like I said, have them, evaluate it. They got other prospects on there, so I just put my best foot forward and go from there.
What are the things you're trying to convince NFL personnel in those interviews?
I mean, I'm a hard-nosed player. It's just one of those things. Like, I'm gonna bring my best every day. You know, I'm gonna bust my tail every day, stay in the facility every day, and, you know, outwork everybody else.
What's the weirdest interview question that you've gotten? I've heard there's some pretty crazy ones out there.
I think the Colts had one. It was like they did like a basketball thing or something like that. See if you made it, and, you know, if you didn't make it, it's like one of those things where like, all right, this guy's not a baller. He's not a multi-sport athlete or something like that. So definitely like that. Then I had another one. I had a guy bring out like a math cards or something like that and start like drawing up equations and all that. I was like, dang, I ain't take math in a while. So it was one of those things where I had to kind of like go back to like 5th grade, 6th grade, you know, algebra and all that. So it was kind of funny.
Did you make the basketball shot?
Oh yeah, I made it.
Okay.
I got a little shot, man.